Welcome to the book hustle. I am here in July. Well, in July. I'm here in August trying to get finish up with my July stuff. Y'all, I'm still trying to get better. It's hard. My name is Tia. Well, I welcome y'all to the book hustle, right? I be forgetting I'm a brain. So let's try it again. Welcome to the book hustle. I am Tiara Green. I'd rather be known as Yo Book Boo. Like, subscribe, follow me at Yo Book Boo, everything Facebook, Instagram. If you add a at gmail.com, you can email me. Let's talk. Maybe I can do a live on Facebook or something. I don't know. I love to talk, y'all. So today I am doing my July mainstream reads. Well, not really reads because I didn't read these books. I listen to them. What I do is I listen to books at work. So when I'm doing my work, I'm listening to a book. So it's usually good. It's usually mainstream stuff. I can't wait to see more independent authors have stuff that I can listen to when I'm at work, even if it's on something small. I don't care. I support. Anyway, John. My first book, not the first book I read. I think it's just the first book that I put on this list. Because I tried to remember them by heart and I just wrote them down. The first book is The Final Revival of Opal and Ned by Dwayne Dwayne Walton. This book was just an okay book. It was just a bland book. It had lots of opportunities to open up and become a wonderful book. In this particular era that this book was wrote in, they could have added so much history into it to help us feel more for the characters. I mean, they did put some in there. Don't get me wrong. There's some stuff in there that Opal is like, I'm not having it. Excuse me. Um, I don't know. It just was not. It was just an okay read, a very bland read. It puts me in the mind of Daisy Jones and the Six, but instead of a country band, it's a rock and roll man. It's just a bland read. It's not my usual read, but then again, Daisy Jones is my regular read. I just pick up stuff and I just listen to it, read it. Somebody say it's popular. I said, okay, whatever. I'll read it. I'll listen to it. Um, it, 3 stars, y'all. I'm just not even. It's not even worth me sitting here talking to. Would I recommend it? If somebody told me that they like Daisy Jones, yes, I would recommend it. But other than that, not really, because I can't tell them anything. It's just a blah. It's just a really blah book. I hate that it was. A lot of people made it to be so popular, and it just really wasn't that good. My next book is American Dirt by Jenny Cummins. This book was good. It is about immigrants, illegal immigrants, and how they get from where they live at in Mexico to where they to here in America on American soil, American dirt. Excuse me, y'all. This is about a mom taking this journey with her son and all the people that they meet. Before I read this book, I never thought about the immigrants coming over here because of something that bad has happened to them in their home, as far as drug dealers, cartels, them, all this stuff comes into play in this book. And the author really puts an emotional twist on it and makes sure it pulls at your heartstrings because you don't think about that. You also think about, I can tell everybody, as an American, I always think, oh, they want to get over here because it's better over here. It's better. I'm not one of those people to say, "Oh, they want to come over here and take all our jobs." That's not what I think. I think that is a better situation here. Just like we want to move to different neighborhoods because the neighborhoods are safer and better. Same thing I think about them. They want to move somewhere it's safe and better for their families, and they can provide better. But this book puts a twist on it It pulls at your heartstring. You cry. And the whole time you have to think, as a mother, can you do this? Can you risk your life and risk your child's life? Because you could make it and he could not make it to get somewhere better. Me as a mom, I want to say yes. Every time I would say, yes, I'll do this. I'll do this for my children. But would I really? Could I really? 4 stars, y'all. Loved it. My next book is Find You First. It's by Linwood Barclay. Now, this is a thriller. This book is about a guy. He's rich. He just got diagnosed with a terminal illness. Well, when he was younger, he went to a sperm bank. Now he is looking for these kids that he would have made out of sperm, because the disease that he has is hereditary, and he wants to make sure that these kids are taken care of. Well, this whole story starts at one end and ends somewhere completely different in the atmosphere. What you thought was going to happen and the journey that was going to be taken is not what happens. It is not what happens. It is not even. It's good. Let's just say it like that. This book takes you on a journey. It's funny. It's crazy, and it's like, what the world is going on here? But what you think is going to happen is not. The ending is fantastic, and for a thriller, the ending is great. It's a happy ending. Can y'all believe that? Like, it's not happy like a romance novel, but compared to most thrillers, it's a happy ending. It was a 4 star, y'all. Uh, The Invisible Girl. This is by Lisa Jewell. I love her books. I pick up anything she writes. There's a couple of authors that I do like that. If I see them on my list and I can borrow it right then, I go ahead and do it. Excuse me. This book is about a girl who is going through a lot in her life. She's in high school and she's going through a lot of loss. So she's fell into a depression. So she goes to a therapist. Her family sends her to a therapist. Well, this therapist tries to help her. She doesn't tell him the whole problem, what's going on. So after so long, he releases her and say, I done did everything for you. You are able to go on your own and live your own and handle your mental problems yourself. She doesn't think so. And she becomes obsessed with the therapist, right? That sounds bad, right? But then this obsession turns into a whole nother game and it loops around to something completely different than where it started. This is a thriller that has you all over the place and you be like, excuse me, y'all, and you be like, wow. And at one point, you don't know if, because the girl is the invisible girl is narrating the story. You don't know if a dead person is narrating this story, if a live person. You don't know where to even like piece together so that you can kind of predict the ending or solve the mystery. The author gives you so many opportunities or people, or that you just be like, what? But it's a really good book. 4 stars. Y'all can also follow me on Goodreads under Tiara Green. I think about Goodreads followers. I might need to start following people too. I never do that. I just put up my reviews and go on about it. With my Amazon reviews, I do it at the end of my I do it at the end of my book, because right there at the end of your Kindle read, you can put your review right there. So I usually do it that way, so I don't have to think about it. It's so much easier to do it that way. I wish Goodread would pop up too, so I could do them at the same time, because I usually write about the same thing. Anyway, just a little tidbit. My next book is The Other Black Girl. This book I just knew it was gonna be wonderful, good. I was ready for it. I was for the hype. It's very blah at the beginning. This I oh sorry. Sadiqa Delilah Harris is her name. I'm so sorry if I messed up your name. Um she um she gives us a lot of blah 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 in this book. She gives us a whole bunch of I really don't for me a whole bunch of I really don't care in order to give us a really good ending. It's like getting a really really good moist cake and putting this icing on it. That's okay, but the cake don't need the icing. We if you gave us thinner icing and more of what you gave more cake, we would have been we would have been just as happy. I'm saying all that to say it was a lot of stuff that I really didn't care about in this book in the beginning, just to end with something I really, really was interested and wanted to know more about. And um, I want a second book just so I can know more about these other cast characters that came at the end. This information that I learned at the end. Now, let me tell you, I didn't even tell you. I don't know. Okay, the other black girl is about it's about a black girl. She's working at this office, all white, on a black girl. She's always talking about diversity, diversity, diversity. Next thing she knows, she has another black girl in the office. But this black girl, the other black girl, isn't what she thought. She thought she was gonna have camaraderie and all this and that. It wasn't like that. It's like a frenemy type deal. If 3 stars, I wish I could give it a 3.5 star. 3 stars for me. Excuse me, y'all. I'm working on it. I'm going. Haven't picked up water yet. I'm going though. Y'all. This is the third installment of Caroline Hipner's. I'm sorry if I'm messing this up. Book. It took me a while to listen to this, and y'all know why it took me a while because I was scared. I was scared Joe was gonna mess up and he was gonna do something. If y'all not familiar, it's also a Netflix series. So it's about Joe. He's basically a stalker and a serial killer. If y'all don't know about it, y'all need to go read it. Y'all need to start at book one. I prefer the book to the series. One thing I did not like about this series is that in the book, she refers to something that happened strictly in the series that did not happen in the book. I'm like, As an author, you cannot do that. You can't do that. You stick with what's in the book. Don't do that to me. But because if I hadn't looked at the series, also I would have been confused. But anyway, Joe in this book, y'all, Joe did good in this book. Love appears again. Her father appears again. Let's see. I mean, you get a whole nother cast of characters, and I'm sure he does good. He does what he's supposed to do. This is eh, number one. The first one was the best, but I hated number two, and this one is a good. It's okay. It's a good book. It's a good joke book. I will read all these series because there's always something, and I will look at the series also. Good read.